The Second World War is unparalleled in human history in terms of the loss of human life. The military and civilian deaths that resulted from World War II range from 60 to 80 million people. When you factor in the deaths under Chinese and Soviet communism both before and after the war, the scale of loss climbs to unimaginable heights. But it's not just the loss that is unimaginable, but the manner in which much of it was carried out. In its totality, it becomes too much for the human mind to comprehend. But what we can comprehend are the individual artifacts that connect us with these atrocities that these evil regimes carried out. In the past, we've showed some of the artifacts that have come into the Gettysburg Museum of History in the form of unboxing videos. We're continuing that in this episode with a look at a few artifacts that arrived with a connection to this very dark period in human history.
So, didn't mean to put the packaging in your way. So it looks like we have here some Jewish stars, and these are pretty controversial, but they're very historic. You know, Jewish people were forced to wear these in the Third Reich era, and this one is cut off of a uniform or some kind of a garment, and this is cut off of a garment also. These are actually used stars that were worn. A lot of these were found after World War II in some of the factories and stuff. So you sometimes see unused, unissued ones that are just a flat piece of cloth. These are ones that were actually used and cut off, as I said, and they're very historic. They're very moving too. You know, we have a few of them in our museum, and of course, you know, the Holocaust is one of those very touchy subjects, but we need to remember it. We have to preserve it. I believe that these are probably have some provenance with them. I'll look in elsewhere in here. Usually they do. I also want to say, collectors, if you do collect this kind of material, don't ever buy these at a flea market, please. They're going to be fake. There are so many fake versions of these. These have to come from a trusted source, and this is coming from the U.S. office of a European organization that specifically deals in this kind of material. So these have been vetted by one of the best Holocaust artifact people in the world. So these are 100% real, and they're very moving. So I'm going to set these aside for now, and then it looks like next to it we have what may be a Mein Kampf in a box here. Yeah, so this is a cased version of Mein Kampf, Hitler's book, and got some stamps in there, and it's signed by Hitler.
Oh man.
Wow.
What year is that? 33?
This is a 1933 version, or printing, I guess. It looks like. So maybe it is 33, but I would think it would be later. It's either a 3 or a 7. But that's a very clean Hitler signature in fountain ink. And what's that say there? Maybe November.
9th of November.
Yeah.
That's anniversary of the Beer Hall Putsch.
Right.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Wow. I can only imagine what our consignor is going to want for this. I'll have to look at the prices, but a lot of times he'll send items like this first, let me fall in love with it and want to buy it for the museum collection, and then tells me a price later. So we'll have to see on that. But yeah, the stars are really interesting too. So going back in, a lot of peanuts for sure. Okay, so this is something, it says it on the box. I want to kind of keep the surprise, but this is something I bought from them, and I bought this for the museum collection because when we do our expansion, I want to interpret some of the early Third Reich items that are kind of what we call kitschy, like some of the things that they made to sell in the beginning. You don't see a lot of that kind of stuff over here, but this is a little doll for kids. And it seems really creepy to us because, you know, we know what the ideology was, but back then, you know, it was like a patriotic kind of thing. And there's also an armband in here for some reason. Oh yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. But this, I've seen these before with SA guys, brown shirts, little brown shirt guys, but this one's an SS guy. And I thought that was fascinating. I had never seen this version of it before in the SS configuration. It's got a little skull on his hat, and you know, but yeah, this is what little Nazi kids would play with. And you know, like I said, it seems really creepy to us now, but back then that was a child's toy in the Third Reich era. And again, this would be from the 1930s.
I want to come back to these stars for just a moment and focus on a few things. So typically when you see these stars, they say Jude on them, which is German for Jew. But if you look, these are a little bit different. Now you'll have to forgive me if I mispronounce these words. We're kind of doing this on the fly, but this is Juif. This is French. And this one is Yod. So, you know, as the Germans were advancing into occupied parts of Europe and expanding the Third Reich, the Germans were expanding their hateful ideology right along with them. So French Jews would have been forced to wear this star, and Dutch Jews would have worn this one. All right, here's another item that came out of this box. So you can see it's just a standard Nazi armband, but this is one that, like many of these items, was brought home by a U.S. veteran. So you can see the big red one there. So this is from somebody who was in the 1st Infantry Division, and you can see that they were in Aachen in September of 1944. This was just across the German border, one of the first major cities that the U.S. troops moved into in Germany. And then you can see Kaput, October 23rd of 1944. And I already asked Eric if he's keeping this or selling it. He said he's going to keep it for the collection, which is unfortunate because old JD might have been getting this one otherwise. But you can come to the museum and see it.
So I'm pulling this out, and whatever it is, it's really, really heavy. So I have no idea what's in here, but it's very heavy. So I can tear into here. So a couple things in here. I know what that is. So pull out this massive whatever. Wow, it's a desk eagle. It's got to be the heaviest desk eagle I've ever seen.
Holy smokes.
Wow. That is solid. A lot of times these things are hollow, and yeah, that is completely solid. So it's got the national eagle, the swastika and wreath, and Ein Volk, Ein Reich, Ein Führer. And wow, that is that's a big desk eagle. And again, these were produced commercially during the Third Reich period, and some of the political leaders or Gau leaders and maybe higher ranking military people would have them in their offices, and you know, it was a desk ornament basically. And also in the same box were some table medals, and I've seen these before. These are from what we call the Deschler hoard. Deschler was a company that made medals in Munich, and several years ago, maybe like 30 years ago, they found a bunch of these under some other boxes, and they fell into collectors' hands. And there was a collector in Germany who had a bunch of these, and they recently let them go. And our friend and consigner was able to get some of them. And these were prototypes, I believe. I don't know how much of these were really produced. They're later. The earlier versions, they produced more of them. But, you know, these are later dates, 1940, 1939. They were at war, so they didn't produce a lot of this kind of stuff. But they're really heavy. I mean, really heavy, and really exquisitely produced. They're not like a little badge that they would sell at some of these events. This is a full table medal. And yeah, they're very, very well made. So,
interesting.
Yeah. And they're expensive. These retail for quite a bit of money. They're very rare. I mean, I don't know how many are in existence, but that Deschler hoard, as they call it, yielded several dozen of them, but that's about all that I know of that are out there.
All right, well, there you go. Just a few of the items that kind of come into this museum on a regular basis. Now, once again, need to reiterate that just because we're showing these items from the Third Reich era doesn't mean that we promote the ideology. Anybody who would support that is a complete clown, and yeah, we don't like that. But anyway, the history is important, and by preserving the history, we can learn more about some of the darker corners of human nature, and use that knowledge to prevent it from happening in the future. But yeah, very, very interesting items.